James Lynch here for the Terphouse with Justin Osborne, and it's so great to finally meet Justin. He's coming off a fight last weekend. We'll talk about that, but he's got a lot of changes going on in his life as well. We're here in Vegas. Going to play some Tekken 3. First off, Justin, so great to finally meet you, man.
Yeah.
We've been doing a bunch of interviews, finally getting great to play some video games in person. Why Tekken? Why pick this game? Because I've never played Tekken 3 before. I'm looking forward to it.
Man, honestly, it was like me and my older brother, we used to like play video games against each other all the time, and like Tekken was like one of the only games that I could actually beat him in consistently. So
okay, well I'm expecting some big things here. I've never played. I'm more of a Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat guy, but let's do this up here. Let's see what the characters are. Paul seems like a good guy. I'll go with him.
Yeah,
and we'll see what happens here. Tough fight last weekend. It's crazy. Like how much has happened since we last spoke. Just your thoughts on the fight. I know we were talking off air a little bit. You wish that third round you would have put the pedal to the metal there. Is that sort of how you look back at that fight?
Yeah, I just wish like the third round I had made different decisions. Like I shot in on a takedown and he grabbed a guillotine and it was pretty tight. So I went to the floor to like kind of alleviate the pressure on my neck. Mm-hmm. But in doing so, when I went to the floor, I didn't scramble hard enough. I just, for whatever reason, I just didn't scramble when I went down there, and he took my back and just rode me out for the rest of the round. And that it just burns me up inside that my fight had to end with a dude just on my back the whole round.
Yeah. And obviously you took a lot away from that fight, and one of the things we talked about and why you're actually here in Vegas is you're making the move out here. Congrats, man. I think that takes a lot of guts to, change your situation. And I understand you got a job and everything. What prompted Vegas? Why is Vegas the right spot?
I have some friends out here that live out here and were telling me about the training out here at Syndicate. Mainly, my good friend Serena De Jesus, who's also on the autism spectrum. So, just trying to find a fit where like people kind of understand like what it is, because a lot of people still, it's been the people have been getting diagnosed since like I believe it was the late 30s were like the first diagnosis of it.
Yeah.
So, but people still are like kind of clueless on the subject.
You just got me there. Jeez, I wasn't expecting that. It was a close round there. King wins. Yeah. I like that mask. That looks pretty cool. But no, I get what you're saying. As we're going to go into our second fight here, I'm going to try someone else. Maybe Law will be a little bit better than Paul. But I understand you, man. I mean, obviously you want to be surrounded by a good group of people. And you mentioned the training. I mean, Vegas is the hotbed right now, not just with the PI, but just the amount of fighters coming through. I'm sure that's a big bonus for you as well.
Yeah, man. Variety when it comes to training, man, is huge. And the more diverse looks that you can get in training, the better. Because you just never know. Like you see a guy on film, right, and he can fight completely different. Like once you step in there with him, so just getting a variety of looks is huge.
Okay, I just realized that I'm not the guy I thought I was.
Oh,
so that's probably
that's
why.
a big deal.
Yeah. Now I've got it all figured out. But yeah, so first day at Syndicate. Had you been there before, or this is the first time?
This is the first time, man.
How was it? I mean, you got the shiner, but I know that's from the fight. But how was it getting to go down to Syndicate? And who'd you get to train with today?
So training at Syndicate today was great, man. Got to train with a whole bunch of guys, Sherrard Blackledge, Natan Levy, just a lot of up-and-coming guys. I know Donald Cerrone's supposed to be there tomorrow. So
yeah, I heard he's going to be in town, so good timing on that. That's great.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the job. What are you going to be doing out here?
So I'll be doing some personal training at EOS
nice.
Fitness. So if you're in town here and you need a personal trainer,
we'll definitely plug that social media at the end. Get those. Yeah, get it going. Something we always talk about when we do our interviews: the Twitch channel, the artwork, and all that. Man, you do some great work. I actually, I commented the other day on some of the stuff you were doing. That must be like a fun little passion project that you get to do on the side.
Yeah.
As man. I lose again. Jeez, I'm bad at this.
Yeah, it's man, it's something for me, man, where it helps me kind of escape, man, just like whatever's going on in in my life, good, bad, or indifferent. So it's nice, man. It's just something like
it breaks things up, right?
Yeah, like I had a guy from Scotland giving me tips on on Donkey Kong. Like there was like a secret pathway in like one of the levels.
Which Donkey Kong Country or
Donkey Kong Country, the mine level. Like,
okay,
where
Super Nintendo though, right, or N64?
Super Nintendo.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so there's like this mine level, like that's like really difficult. It's like one of the most difficult levels like in gaming history. But there's like this secret pathway where you can like basically skip the entire level. So.
Oh, interesting. I got to look that up. You know who's big into Donkey Kong, and actually they train at Syndicate every once in a while. Is Michael Chiesa and Austin Arnett. They stop by there, so you might want to mention the Donkey Kong skills there because I know they're big into it. Yeah. It's a funny story about that. Austin told me that they got to a certain level and they just couldn't beat it, and Austin was like, "It's actually stressing me out, so I got to stop playing this." So he didn't play it until before his last fight because he was just like, "I can't do it." So I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah. It's whenever you start getting like pissed off and like wanting to throw the controller at the screen, man, you need to either just play a different game or just go do something else.
Exactly, you got to switch it up. As I soak in this win, finally, I finally got one in my favor, which is great as the recorder falls here, but we're still recording, which is all good. Let's talk a little recovery. I know Terphouse, you really enjoying the products. I think I mentioned this to you. I think in our last interview, I actually got to meet Brandon. Brandon's actually supposed to be here this weekend, so maybe we can link up a little bit, do something there. But the CBD's been awesome. You can't see him on camera here, but my buddy Rodney, we're all about the CBD and just the recovery aspect. For someone like yourself, I know for you it really helps with the anxiety and the sleep and everything like that. It's been a really good benefit for you in your camp.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I can't imagine doing, honestly, not even doing MMA, but just living life in general without it, man. It's really been a huge benefit for me, man. I've been able to put out like twice as many drawings and stuff just because I've been able to use that CBD oil, man. And the lotion's been big for me right now, man, because I got a big welt on my shin.
Yeah.
That from that fight. So, man, it's really great stuff, man.
Yeah, no, it's good to hear, and I think that the great thing about it too is we're seeing the education of it really come to the forefront in MMA. I know, especially over the last 2 years, it seems like fighters are really, being hip to it. And the best part is USADA, they're cool with it too, so you're never gonna have to worry about that. And I think that's just the timing couldn't be better to get on the CBD train, so to speak.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, man. And, if USADA's like on board with it, man, what would Leo get flagged for? Like some kind of dietary supplement.
Yeah.
They'll flag you for just about anything, man. So for them to be accepting of CBD too is huge, man.
We got to do a couple more games here. I think you're up 3-2 if I'm not mistaken. So we got to figure this out. If you win here, I'm done at this point. But if I can get one more here, maybe we can make this interesting. We'll see what happens. I got the guy with the saber sword, the guy that you fought in the first game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And look at that with the takedown, like a vintage
GSP.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, you're just giving me the.
You can swear in here, by the way. I'm Canadian, but it's all good. It's all good with the
Gotcha.
swearing. So,
yeah.
How about everything else, man? How's everything else going in life? I mean, this is, like I said, a big change, but I love the optimism. I love the fact that you're embracing this change, and some people get freaked out by moving to a different spot, but it seems like you're all good by it.
Man, I tell you what, dude. Like driving 26 hours in the car, man. And it's just like you and your thoughts, man. It'll either drive you crazy or give you a new perspective on life, man. And it really is giving me a new perspective of my life and of my career, moving forward. It's like the first few hours in the car, I was like, I'm all like pissed off at myself about the fight. And then like by the last hour, I'm like, oh, I get it now. Like, this is what I need to be doing, Oh.
This is where it's interesting. 15 seconds left.
Oh! No!
I think we got one more game.
Yeah, we got
this
one
is the
more.
tiebreaker right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is what it's all about.
All
I mean, we couldn't make things so anticlimactic here. So
right.
I'm gonna go with someone I haven't used before in Horreng.
Huarang.
I thought I was going to say Horang.
Yeah.
Which for the kids out there, we got to keep things clean. But
right.
But that's all good. Let's talk about the fights this weekend. UFC 235. We were talking a little bit about off air. Jones and Smith. I mean, I think it's pretty safe to say that everyone knows who they're picking in that one. But what about the co-main event, Woodley and Usman? As I get a KO here, how do you see that fight playing out?
Honestly, I think what's going to end up happening is I think Woodley is going to take a decision, kind of like almost. It won't be exactly like his fight with Maia because Usman's entries are a lot more explosive towards the takedown. But I think Woodley will be able to negate Usman's takedowns and land a few more significant strikes on the feet to give him the edge in the rounds. I don't think it's going to be an entertaining fight, but with Tyron, man, you never know with his power, man. He's got insane power, so. But I think Tyron's going to win by decision, and I'll give you an upset right here. I think Jeremy Stephens.
I picked Stephens too.
Yeah, I think Stephens is going to beat Zabit, man.
To me, it's experience. It's like, how do you go from Brandon Davis and Kyle Bochniak to Jeremy Stephens? Like, it's easy for everyone to say that Stephens has been submitted and that he lost his last fight by first round knockout, but he lost to Aldo, who still got it, man.
Yeah.
He still he took out Moicano like nobody's business in the second round. I mean, that's super impressive. You got to pick a player here, but it's I think people are really counting this guy out, and I know Zabit's taller, but. I mean, I don't know. People talk about this guy being. I had this discussion this morning with a good friend of mine. Everyone's talking about how this guy's the best prospect and future champion. He's got to beat Stephens first. That's what I say.
Yeah, It's I think the biggest thing that I see with that fight is Stephens has really good leg kicks, and Brandon Davis is actually a guy I've trained with.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
In the past, and Brandon Davis was able to do a good job in that first round against Zabit of landing lots of leg kicks. And if you remember, Stephens had a fight with Gilbert Melendez, man, where he basically left him crippled.
Chopped his legs up. Yeah, you're right.
So I think Stephens is going to use that, and it'll kind of limit the mobility of Zabit, and eventually, man, I think he'll land and get a knockout, man.
As you're might be getting a knockout here. Jesus, what is going on here?
Yeah. Dude, you're taking it to me, man.
It's one of those things. It's the Street Fighter instinct. It's like you got to go for the kill there. So
right.
I think we're good. I think I've proven my point here.
Yeah.
What are we up here? I appreciate it, man. It's all good. Looking at that camera right there. Where can people get a hold of you on social media? Anyone in Vegas, by the way, need any personal training? This is your guy. So.
All right. So Instagram, it's Justin_the Machine MMA, and it's Twitter. At the Machine MMA on Twitter, and Twitch. My Twitch is Justin_the Machine.